Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and as it says in the title, I think I might have built the ultimate basher. What is it? It's my notorious 6S. So why do I think that this is the ultimate basher? I'll bring you in and show you what I've done to the car, what I do with it, and give you my idea of what I think is the ultimate basher. So people have their own ideas of what the ultimate basher is. Now, is that going to a skate park and sending it as far as you can to see how long it lasts? If that's all you want to do, then I suggest an X-Max or a Mini-Max. If you're looking to do big jumps, BMX tracks, racing around woods and stuff with your friends and other cars and stuff like that, kind of an all-rounder, in my eyes, that's where you want the ultimate basher. And for me, this seems to fit the bill. So I'm going to bring you down in here and show you what I've done to this and how you might want to do the same sort of thing to your truck in order to make what I think can be the ultimate basher. Right, so why do I think that this is the ultimate basher? For a start, one, I've got an indestructible shell on here, and I've painted this from the outside. I've done videos on how I paint the shells, and this I've aptly named the Punisher. So it takes a beating, and it's held up well considering it's painted on the outside. It's still in pretty good shape for what it is. So as you could probably see on here, I'm running the 4S LP backflips rather than the 6S. These have a smaller tyre wall, and you seem to get a lot more bite and grip and control on the car, especially when you're, track racing or dirt racing and stuff like that. Let's pop this off. Straight away you can see I've got a cover on here. Now this, rather than getting the expensive ones, this is like an eBay jobby. I think this is about £10–11, but do you know what? It's got a zip either side, and if you want to work on your car, change your batteries, you can just pull it out like that, and easy to get stuff in and out, change it and work on it. Since putting this on, I've had minimal dirt and maintenance to have to do inside. I've never had a stone get inside and get stuck in the spur gear or in the pinion, or anywhere else with inside there. It's kept it all out. So one of those. Some people don't like running them. Summertime, people find that they can get a bit warm, but do you know what? With the setup I've got on here, I run these through the summer, and I run these on all my cars, and I don't seem to have any overheating issues. So let's take a little look inside and see what I've got going on in there. Right, so in here I am running a Max 6 with a 2200 kV motor. Now this motor was off of a Max 8 combo, and I took out the Max 8 and put the Max 6 in there because I wanted more torque and I wanted to keep everything cool. I've got the McGregor servo here, which is an MG5921 HV, and this thing is been fine. I had the other week at the skate park, I lost steering. They've done it under warranty because it was within a year. Don't know what happened. It would only turn right, wouldn't go left. But so it's the only issue, and that was just a servo problem. It wasn't an actual thing with the truck. So I've got a twin motor, twin fan set up on here as well, and these are Centro fans, straight onto the heatsink that goes directly onto that motor there. Then what have I got also in there? So I'm also running a 17 tooth pinion. I think it might be a 15. I did have a 17 on in there while I had the Max 8, and it got a bit warm, so I dropped down to a 15, but then I changed to a Max 6 and was meant to change up to a 17, but I'm quite liking the way it's driving, so I haven't touched it. I've got the custom RC braces, front and rear. I've also got the there's this M2C rear chassis brace, which goes up here. Now, in my opinion, I've got this on my EXB, and I think they're a must. It seems to strengthen up the whole rear end, transfers all the stress and stuff down through the chassis. I've got the custom RC front and rear towers. So we've got the front one there. I've also got the custom RC hinge pins, front and rear and top. I've also shimmed out in there as well. So I've taken out them plastic ones, shimmed that, put them all the way to the back. Now the reason I have those situated at the back is that when it's on full lock, you get a tighter turning angle, which gives you better traction and spin through the corners. So with suspension, I've got the Derrylin top bushes from M2C. Inside, I've recently fitted the M2C pistons with the O-rings, and they seem nice and plush. And then into the steering, which I'll pop the wheel off in a minute, I've got the Derrylin ball end bushes, which makes this super smooth. It does, when you're spinning it like this now, it doesn't feel like it's even connected to a servo. It's so smooth. It's oh, I can't recommend it enough. Let's spin it round to the back. So we've got the RPM rear wing mount. Also we've got the Derrylin bushes in the top here as well, and also the pistons within the shocks. Diffs, I haven't even done a diff on this. I've serviced them, changed the oils out, and they are, yeah, they've been absolutely fine. I am running RPM arms all the way round, and got custom RC rear hinge pin holders and front hinge pin holder. So let's crack off two of the wheels and I'll show you what I've got behind the wheels. So these are the custom RC hubs, and inside here are the M2C pillow ball retainers, and they're like a Derrylin, and they're super smooth. So they're very pretty. I've never ever, with the Metal Alley ones, you can't pull the balls out, and I've never ever had one pop out. I did when it was on plastic, but not with this. I've also got the RPM mud guards now. I think they're a must on these. It catches so much muck and mud from going up into your shocks and all into the back of your wheels and everywhere. On the back, custom RC rear hubs. I've shimmed out the lower hinge pin, and I've done a video recently on shimming out your actual hub where your bearing is as well, so to stop the play within the wheels. Also running this on EC5, so very rarely do I ever get battery disconnect, so they're really good. Really happy with that. And that's the top half. And then if we take a little look underneath, we're also running the Radical RC bash bar. So I wanted to give this a test out first. It's a lot cheaper than an M2C's chassis, and as you can see, it has had a paste in, but it is absolutely straight. So I can throw in a few clips just to show you some of the jumps I've done, some of the racing we're doing. But for me, I mean, this seems to be working. The setup that I've got on here seems to be working really well. I actually bought this car second hand as just a kind of, oh, I don't care car, do what I want with it, jumps and stunts and stuff like that. But I ended up finding out that there was a few bent towers and bits and pieces, and someone had tried modifying it, and they didn't do a very good job of it. So I completely stripped it down. I done it to how I wanted to. I tried to set it up the same as my Creighton EXB, in the way that I've got the angles set, the hubs, and all of that, to try and get it to handle the same. And I found that I'm enjoying this so much, because it's so nimble. Wheelies on demand, but it's controllable. It's super controllable in the air. It can turn on a dime. You know, you can throw it into a corner, get the power in there, flick it round, and it wants to go. It's light. It likes to land on its wheels. I can't complain. It's one of my favourite cars I'm running at the moment. I find myself going to this all the time. along with my Traxxas Max. That is a super tough truck. I've not had to replace anything on there really, apart from superficial parts and just regular maintenance. But for me, if you're into your armours, and I do like my armours, and this seems to really fit the bill. I know everyone's probably seen and done the whole Notorious and Outcast, but do you know what? I get so much fun out of this, and yeah, it's just awesome. So also I've got the standoffs, so M2C standoffs on here as well, so they're a bit beefier, front and rear. But yeah, for me, if you're looking for or looking to build the ultimate basher, depending on what you class as the ultimate basher, for me, an ultimate basher is something I can take if I want to go to do some jumps on BMX tracks, a few jumps at a skate park. If skate parks, you're going to break stuff. It's guaranteed. You're landing on concrete, stuff like that. You're going to break stuff. So don't get me wrong. You know, this will break if I take it to a skate park and just keep sending it. It will break something. But when I say ultimate basher, I mean something that I can take to a BMX park, out in a field, race around a track, doing some jumps, backflips, sending it up trees, racing, smashing into others with, you know, not necessarily on purpose, but you know, it happens. And you know, I've had to do minimal to it since I've done this setup. I can literally take it out, run 4 or 5 packs through it, put it in the boot of the car, go home, give it a little clean down at the end of the day, check everything over, and you know, go out for my next bash. Other than that, just regular maintenance, check your diffs, check your bearings, and away you go. But internally wise, I mean, the Max 6 on the 2200 kV motor seems to be real sweet. It's really, it does pull well, loads of power there on demand, and that's only on punch setting 3. So I've never ever put it up to punch setting 5. I've never had the need to. It's just an awesome little truck. So that's my outtake on what I think is the ultimate basher, or what I've created as my ultimate basher. It'd be good to have other people's feedback. I hope you like what I've done here, and it can help anyone else out who's looking to possibly try and upgrade their car, make it stronger, better. Few combinations you can do just to make your car that you've already got better. You don't have to go to that extent, but definitely the brace here, I would definitely say would be one to go for. So on here, and especially with some aluminium hubs, definitely on the front. I find these are super smooth. They don't pop out. If you have a bad landing, they don't rip out and then keep coming out. They're in there. And then if you do a tower, if you bend a tower or something like that in a crash, change the towers over to some custom RC ones, nice and beefy, loads of strength there, absolutely awesome. And then just shimming out and changing your points where you've got your spacers on the front. If you're looking for a tighter turning circle or not a tighter turning circle, you can lay the shocks down, stand them up, play around with a few ideas. But I do find that if you've got all the spacers at the back, you've got better lock. So you get a real good lock on there, and then you can really throw it into a corner and it will bite. So that's my take on an ultimate basher, and this is my ultimate basher. You've probably seen it in videos, and you'll see it in lots more, but I'll throw a couple of clips in there of it being sent and doing some crazy stuff. And please, if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, hit the notifications, don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next video.